Everybody. So we are live and recording, I think. Just double check. Yeah. Everything's good. So it is Thursday, the 19th of February. Kind of interesting. I was just transferring some videos over and I found I think the first video, which I've started doing now on January the 6th, just regarding some things. So it's kind of a nice, and the universe agrees with me. Did you hear that? So it's a nice kind of moment to where I noticed something which didn't go right initially, but I still did it. And now where I am, what is it? Month and a bit. Yeah, 6th of February, 6th of January, and it's 19th of Feb now. So there we go. Month and a half away. It was interesting. So I got involved with, I saw an ad and so on for legendary marketer, and I bought something which it was cheapest, $25 or something or other, kind of a mini course. But what I loved about it, and what I'm going to do just now is a bit of magic, he says. Rise, all right, come on. This is the power of a standing desk. So that's a bit better. Right, so what I liked about what Dave Sharp does now, isn't a phenomenal marketer. And I remember him from back in the day with Empower Network and so on. And I just loved how they packaged the content and the training and so on, how they were using it, blogs and so on, but the designs. So when I got Legendary Marketer, I was like, oh my God, how he's laid out the courses in here looks so slick. And I was like, okay, I need to model that. So I started doing a video. However, didn't have a webcam or didn't have it all connected up and so on. And so I was just recording my screen, which made me think afterwards. And it's just like, you know what? Don't matter kind of what you have got or what you haven't got, just do it. Just use whatever you got to use. Now I could have, done connected my phone up, phoned it on my phone, and then worked out how to add the phone footage and video to this. But I kind of like using my mic here, the Yeti mic. So kind of like that. It just gives you that vibe and so on. So yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just play a bit of this and let's minimize myself, but it will actually show you the background. And then what I'm going to go on to, let's change that back to that actually. And if you could see this bit, I'll work out a way of doing that. Not that one, that one. Yay. All right. So got a nice little round bouncing me, boing, boing, boing. Right. Let's just see on this. So I'm just going to play a bit of this. Hey, everybody. Actually, it's the first one. And let's just see how this goes and where we are in 365 days. So today is like the 6th of Jan. It's not a New Year's. So there we go. Today it's 6th of Jan and so on. So as you can see, the background here, this is Legendary Marketer. It's got people in background, great team, all American, it's like all in US and so on. And what we're going to do is just zip forward a bit. And what I was talking about here is like these school communities. Now, yeah, they're cool, but the ones which I kind of joined for a bit, I was I didn't like the design and so on, and I didn't like the feel. It felt kind of cheap and stuff. So when I came across this and his sales funnel pages, what I'm liking here is images in the background, for instance, and so you've got different images. So I'm just like looking through joint affiliate program and so on. And this overall design is, it's really kind of nice. So this Pack and Profit, it's a really good course, but can you see like his setup and things? That I love seeing the background here, and how things are set up. So it's got his cameras and a mic, so you'll just see that portion and so on. So let's see. So like this, blurred backgrounds and so on. And let's just. So this is the course layout. So it's the layout which I really love, and the design aspect. And do you know what? Synchronicity. Oh my God, I've just realized something here. So you see these Roman numerals here. Well, this in particular, number 3. And let's just. I've yesterday was going through logo designs and just looking at various stuff, and then on my feed popped up the guy who designed the band Aphex Twin, and crazy band, but the logo is just crazy as well. There were lots of different comments and things, from people who either liked it, didn't like it, and so on. And let me just see, I'll just have a look. So what I wanted to do, and I'm pretty sure I've actually saved it in a particular place. Oh, and one of them in it where, and DNS, let me just see, in delay and so on. There it is. Perfect. So it brought me on to Paul Nicholson, amazing designer and so on. But here is his website, number 3. Well, this is on Behance. However, it does have the website number 3, and it's just amazing. Well, it's got number3.co. That's it. So let's go over and just have a quick look. Oh, no, under construction. No way. However, even the under construction page is interesting. Now, that kind of reminds me of something Japanese and stuff, doesn't it? Contact Paul at number3 .co. Okay. Now, I'm sure that looked different yesterday. However, never mind. But let's just. So here's Aphex Twin, and these logo designs and so on, just crazy, I just absolutely love that. But the initial picture, which I when I were researching, was really, really cool. It showed him actually drawing it all out, and using geometric shapes and so on to eventually come to this kind of logo. So yeah, really cool. And this kind of synchronized in with that. So if anyone hasn't read the book, Celestine Prophecies, it's from quite a few years back. And let's just have a look. Celestine let's have a look. And yeah, so it's being kind of rebranded as well when it first came out. Let's have a look. Celestine Prophecies, but 1993, yeah. And let's just see if I can see the image where I'd seen it when it initially came out. Did have the green background and so on, but a very interesting kind of book. Just, I suppose, helping you see or listen to tune in, to, I suppose, yourself, the environment, the universe, and so on. And yeah, so when I saw this number 3 and this, so that were yesterday, and today it kind of interlinks and it shows, okay, I'm kind of on the right path. I'm kind of in this vibe, and I'm like, all right, there's certain things I want to do, need to do. Where's my heart? You know, is my heart in this or that? Which then takes us on to logo design and so on. So last night started creating a website store, and it's for so it's entrepreneur mindset. So let's just go on. So here we are. The entrepreneurs-mindset.com. The is the subdomain. So that's my store, if you will. You know, I could call it store.entrepreneurmindset.com, which I could possibly do, or have a separate one. And anyway, so we've got this created, and it's all created in ClickFunnels. I will put my affiliate link for ClickFunnels, and then if anybody, you know, is interested and wants to get ClickFunnels and create these stores and so on, then get in touch, because I can then transfer over this store for you. However, it is within there, but the other thing which I can do is I can personally help. So I do work for free, but this is a way where you can actually get a top-end product. Now, prices vary, so it's $97 a month or $297 a month. So just bear that in mind. And yeah, anyway, there's a link. There'll be more details attached under this link, under this page, and under this video, and so on. So going on to this. So this was created last night. So let's just go. So it's entrepreneur's mindset, and within it, all these have been pre-filled. It's been pre-created, and it's just pretty cool. So I can actually also create the blog, which I will be doing. So as everything interlinks, it's all hosted in one place. And we've got Zendrop, so people can, you know, click on any of these products. About 360 odd products or something or other already pre-installed, already price guided as well and things. So it is just a case of a few tweaks in the background, and this store will be live. Now I'm hoping to aim to get that done this week and get it up and running, and then start sending ads and people, you know, advertising these t-shirts and so on in particular. Because you don't know, with ClickFunnels, they are amazing at sales funnels, opt-in funnels, and so on, and being able to provide this kind of these upsells and so on, but just provide a really clean buyer experience, I suppose. And yeah, so I'm liking this. And let's have a look. So if we clicked into shop, yeah, so this page will be all developed, and same with doing these. And so we're just having a quick look. Yeah, that these pages need all just interlinking, if you will. And then we'll have the blog and the about us, keep it nice and simple, nice and clean, but have gadgets and products and so on, and we'll see where it goes. So that's that. And the modeling, which I really like, is this. His lessons are the courses are just brilliant on here. So they're nice, and they're not too long, but they're not too short neither. You know, they've just got a really good balance. And each time you've watched one, you know, you've got details below here and so on, where it's showing continue to next step and so on, market as finished. Bite-sized chunks, just to get you introduced into their ecosystem in a way. But loving the design on this. So yeah, and like it says there, copyright 2026, brand new. You know, all redesigned, revamped, and so on, and good content. How he's produced it. So let's just see. And where were I going on with the rest of it? Oh yeah. So this was the future as well. So Chris Do, oh my God, what an amazing guy. But his design and business mind and so on is just like so cool. And well worth a look for that. So this is why I wanted to do a quick video just about this and just showing various things about where I am and where I am. And I've got all this from Grant Cardone. Absolutely awesome. Design and everything is brilliant, by the way, on this. And so it's like, okay, we've got the best courses, the best layout. Let's model that into either a course for myself, a course for other people. So if you're an author, I mean, if you're a comic book creator and you either design them, you write them or something or other, and you want a course to show how to do it, then get in touch. It'd be brilliant, work with some really creative kind of individuals. Same with music though. Just in on that, it's like music as well will work, and create various things. So here's the design process and things. Just looking back after seeing this video, and what I'm going to do next is a video on showing creating a logo for this entrepreneur mindset. And we'll follow on with, so I initially yesterday, can see this, I put this into chat GPT, create some ideas for a logo. I spelt it wrong, never mind, because I was actually speaking it for, and then we've got my website and the entrepreneur website. So came up with these little brain things, which may be interesting. These are more kind of, oh, okay, this is pretty cool, where I'm thinking, okay, do I want a nice logo where it is just like E&M, but you can't make it out? So as this was, as we were searching through, let's just open that up. It's great how it kind of just, okay, you see an E and an M there, which is kind of interesting. That's really neat. And similar here, even though it's same mountain, you can kind of see an E and an M within that. So the M using the white space. And I'm liking that kind of realization of things. Peak meaning performance and so on. So yeah, that can go. That's kind of nice as well, the rocket in the mind and so on. That's really clever. And funnily enough, it is the same color range as to what I've been using for other things. However, I need to get possibly away from the orange and black or orange and gray. I've just used it for something, so it's like, okay, let's expand and let's try something else. And so it goes into detail, psychologies, blues and trusts and so on. And let's just see where we go. These are kind of interesting and abstract and concept. This is probably all right for your marketing aspects. That's kind of nice though, isn't it? The colouring. So we've got the greys, turquoise, teal, and black and white. But also using large, increasing your font size and so on. That looks really nice, actually. I like the layout on that. And that as a web page, actually, interesting, or a page, a home page or a web page or something. But having it so as on the hover, it takes you to a different page. You know what? That's what I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with having this concept and having it so as hotspot, you hover over your mouse and it'll flash or highlight or change or invert even, to then click and it'll go to that part or this part and so on the About Us. That's really cool. Liking that. So I've actually just going to screen grab that, and that then is something which is done. It's on its way there. So let's just go back. But I did like something else a lot here. Now that's kind of cool. It kind of, it's got a darker edge to it. Yeah, maybe a hustle-ish type thing. Wanted to think of something where it'd be something where people would like to wear it as well, like, and that going towards the like kind of hustle crew. Yeah, that's kind of interesting. These are interesting for badges and so on, really, I suppose, or slight identities, not the main kind of logo. Yeah, working with something like this, with the M's, maybe having something down, and yeah, just having an experiment with that. That's a possible. And just have that's kind of nice, kind of flow, all curved and so on, fonts and so on. I'm coming to the part where I'm like, yeah, that's kind of good. Underdog, we could have something in there, but that's kind of nice how we've got this band. Not so much a logo as far as identity for the page and so on. Now we're kind of coming into something where I'm like, yeah, we go for something like this, something very structured, architectural, purposeful, and I liked that. Even just one, cutting off the corner there, it's kind of interesting just having one of those. So you're having all and then you have the R as that just squared off, as they say, with all Freemasonry and all that kind of thing. And it's kind of interesting. These are good, but combining them into something maybe. So that's a kind of a favorite. Maybe something combining those two ideas. These were kind of cool. Just give you some aspects of thought really to it. And here, kind of liking this, it really plays with the eye, which is what we're doing on another one with my architect. You just saw the word architect, but it kind of, is it 3D? Isn't it 3D? And this is like, using light and shadow or the illusion of light and shadow. So it's kind of, you've got an F and a drop. That'll be interesting to practice with something on that. Let's just, and this, having it as a background there, and then in the foreground, that's kind of cool. It kind of loses it there though. I think the black and the grey looks really cool, or it just by itself. It's nice. That's a nice one. And let's just go to kind of obvious using arrows and things, I think, for what I'm wanting. It's kind of, yes, so right. I want to get to what have we got here? So this is kind of cool. So you can put in the kind of top names and things together and combining them, and just to help see how how they're using fonts and so on. Now it's like Vans, that's a cool name to kind of go with, and it's just kind of a simple, let's elevate that V and extend it. It's kind of simple, but I bet you anything, it took some doing to get to that point, like any of these do, where the final iteration is just like, yeah, we've nailed it there. We've got everything into concept. Even the little things of like where you put your registered trademark, or do you put it? I mean, another thing they could have done is put that within a letter, in or not, or across here to make it flow even more, maybe. I don't know. Just interesting to kind of look and see. So now we're getting to where I want it to be. So it's so the three pillars that we're referring to is this, because I wondered why it was called number 3, and the 3 pillars framework, meaning 3 core pillars of entrepreneurial thinking, strategy, execution, and leverage. How interesting was that? So when I got to that, I was like, now we're getting into even more purposeful kind of concept, design, and art. And so we got the hashtag. I mean, even a simple thing as like this hashtag could be developed further. And let's just go. This is kind of where I'm heading. So it's like you kind of know it's a 3, or it appears to be, and it's cut off, and I'm just kind of loving that. Or is it a 3? This is one of the things because when we look at this, it's kind of similarity, so yeah. But I kind of like I like it how it's shown there when it's got that distance as well. You've got that space, and your mind is kind of creating a 3. So could I put an E in there, or what kind of an E? That was the other thing. Could put like the mathematical E as such. Codified identity. Just, this is so cool. So entrepreneurs mindset, feels, movement driven, and so on. And so I mentioned to chat, yeah, I like this, and asked it to give me some more ideas. So it went a bit kind of further into it, but I think in one way as well, it started to go a bit further away. Liked that. That's a cool cue box. But and this playing with the design in your mind and your eye shift and so on. But I'm thinking I'm going to work with something on this and see where I can kind of lead it. So yeah, so got the tablet here, and another tablet there. So we're going to record it, and I'm going to time lapse it all, and then I'll add that to I'll add it to this video. I've yet to do all the editing side of things, and be able to make it a bit more interesting. But that's just my thought processes this morning. Very tired. Can't believe it's 11 o'clock already. Oh, it's still warm. But half an hour. So my main project mindset is like every day record, do something creative, record it, upload it. And then we can see this step-by-step process and how long it really takes, sometimes to create something. And the thing I was doing for, let's just have a look. If I just show, the other day I was working on, so V10 Studios, working on some funnels for something else, but so this, that's it. So that design, the eventual getting to that point took nearly all day. And what I've included then, and I probably need to put, so I actually posted this as well yesterday, just about like Paul Nicholson, number 3. It's just brilliant, when you kind of really look into it. But the Funnel Design Studio, I really like this. It's just got a kind of a feel and a grittiness which I'm kind of looking for. But now I need to do some maybe textured background or something, like kind of crumpled paper or grey paper, or take some cartridge paper or something and have these kind of printed kind of imagery, maybe, not too sure. Maybe it's better keeping it really clean like that, we'll see. And let's just see if I just go into all photos. So yeah, this kind of showed my other design process for V10 Studios. Now, I came on with this kind of color because of the car which I was in, a Lamborghini there I was sat in one time. Oh, brilliant experience. And that were full circle here. That was with that Celestine prophecy. That was serendipitous, or however you pronounce it. But that were kind of synchronicity, because I were at a particular moment in a particular time, and then I got out and I was admiring something, and then the owner comes back and then says, "Give me your camera, get in." It's like, okay, universe is kind of talking to you. You're kind of on your right path because this has happened. And I suppose when you're hitting kind of negative blocks or certain things that pushing you this way, pushing that way, or you're not in a flow, you've not got a flow, or distraction here, distraction there, or something. When things are kind of taking you off and you're going through frustration, it's like, okay, let's just pull that. Let's just kind of a bit of introspection or something or other, and just see, okay, if that ain't working, how what kind of questions can I ask myself? Okay, it's not working, so, or how can I do this and enjoy the process? Or what do I need to do to change, to get into my zone? Or how do I get back into my heart and doing what I love doing? And then when you're doing that, I suppose it's like a tuning fork. You get that vibration where you've got that bang. You've got your own mindset where you're saying, okay, yeah, I need to do this, and you've got the physical maybe, and you're doing it, and then you've got and then you get flow state. So I suppose it's all about flow state and finding your flow state and finding my own. And that kind of comes in with the design aspect and so on as well. So I really like that. What I liked more though initially was the dark greys, blacks, and reds and whites. And I thought, oh, is it too heavy? And it's funny, it's like it isn't too heavy for the kind of people I want to attract, which would be, say, musicians, creatives, hustle people, edge, that kind of environment. Or if I'm wanting to appeal to, smaller mom and pop businesses and so on, or people just like, just general everyday kind of people who are wanting to do something, create their own shop, do something else, then this is kind of a bit more inviting. Yeah, it's got that slight design twist and touch to it. So, still really like that. So, and this Sax Architect, this is where I started to develop more into just lines and flow. And afterwards, I was like, oh, wait on, would this be good to have that T just under there? Or even the E under there, so as it looks like it would lead you straight down to studio then. So in a way, it's like your eye goes SAS Architect, but it's kind of being drawn by it, and then the T there drops you down to studio. So that was my thinking. And also this, I kind of like this, where we've kind of got blocks, and these could be raised even more, could do a slight difference with that, where it is going down, but it's still saying architect. It's going down some steps, some blocks, So this was afterwards. This were after the final ones, So it's another final one. So it was after this design. I like this with the roundedness, the air, the sky, making you feel like it's lifted and so on. And this funnel, it actually guiding your eye down to design again, and then these guiding you around, falling off the end here into studio. And it's a possible kind of whale or something here, because I purposely changed a couple of things here, cut the D and the T, and there were a slight convex in there, and then the mouth opening there and kind of eating the O, So little things like this. Could even be like an eagle or something or other. Yeah. Or a train, very Art Deco style. So yeah, I really liked when I got to this point with this, and doing other things like having the height of these being the same. I did have them lower, but then I was like, oh, maybe I need this to drop more, so I need these higher to drop. So it's another observation. So, gotta go, phone, and catch you all later.